Last week, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie signed into law a bill that legalized sports wagering in the state. Since then, the NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, along with the NCAA, have gone to court to try to block the betting from starting as early as this weekend. The sides have been fighting over this issue since 2012, but in these days of big salaries, the leagues might have a flawed argument. For more, here's Real Money with Darren Rovell.
One of the reasons the major sports leagues say they are fighting against a move to legalize sports gambling in New Jersey is because it threatens the integrity of their games. On a very basic level, the idea makes sense. If a bettor can pay off a person who can influence the outcome, or more likely the point spread, a game is compromised. But outside of officials and referees, the amount of money paid to key players in pro sports make this a long shot. The biggest bet by a single bettor in Las Vegas placed on an NFL game on any given weekend might be $400,000. That means, given today's salaries, you couldn't get an athlete who could affect the outcome of the game enough money to make it worth his while. Those who usually have the most influence already are making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the game anyway, and even those who can greatly affect point spreads but don't make that much money often can't be paid enough to take the chance of, say, missing on purpose. For a kicker, for example, one really bad game could mean the end of a career. This means the chance to throw a game has to be worth it now and in terms of future earnings, since a bad performance or being involved in a gambling scandal could mean the end of a pro career. The guy who gets paid the least money, but probably has the most influence in the NFL, is Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. He's making just over $41,000 a game this season, but no one can pay Wilson enough to have a bad game. His biggest incentive is his next contract, which figures to include a signing bonus of around $30 million. While offshore books can match maximum bets in Vegas and are less regulated, therefore making it harder to spot red flags, fans able to spot cheating in games in an age of social media creates an environment of self-policing that has never existed in the past. Owners might complain about how sports salaries have risen over the past 2 decades, but an unintended consequence to the top pay is the fact that players have virtually no financial incentive to bet against themselves.